The COVID-19 situation here in Japan. The latest round of vaccinations for the elderly began this month. The shots used to be free. The central and local governments are now only shouldering some of the cost. In our next report, we'll see how Japan is tackling the lingering virus. At this clinic in Tokyo, people who want to get vaccinated are having a health check with a doctor, then having their jabs. This round of vaccinations is for people aged 65 or older and people aged 60 to 64 who are at risk of severe disease. People coming for their jabs are still concerned about the virus.
I'm scared because of my age.
This is preventative. I wouldn't want to be a nuisance to my family.
Each shot costs about 15,000 yen. That's about $102. A government subsidy brings that down to $48. And there are more subsidies in some municipalities, so the cost out of pocket can vary by region. Do elderly people still need to be vaccinated? I asked Okabe Nobuhiko. He's an expert on infectious diseases. He was an advisor to the government during the pandemic.
Even in the current circumstances, this disease is by no means comparable to the common cold, and it has a greater impact than influenza. So we need to keep up a degree of defense. Relatively few people get sick, but treating them is hugely costly in terms of resources and personnel. So keeping that down makes the elderly a priority target for vaccination.
Okabe says vaccination is effective against the most common coronavirus variants. Still, he says it's vital to keep an eye on virus mutations and keep a tally of COVID-19 patients in order to assess each phase of infections.
At this stage, nobody knows for sure whether the coronavirus will completely disappear. We need to keep a close eye on how the virus mutates and ascertain why some infected people get severely ill when others don't. So, we need cooperation from medical institutions, and we need patients to appreciate that we're doing this kind of research.
Okabe says we need to apply lessons learned during the pandemic in order to coexist with the virus and lead normal lives.
I think we gained a lot medically and socially during that time. For example, we now do what we can in our daily lives. Things for hygiene, like keeping a mask in our pocket and washing our hands. People can't do what they can't manage, so there are limits. But it's important to do what we can and keep it up.